Hi everyone, today we're going to study function. In particular, we will study vertical line tests and horizontal line tests. Let's begin with vertical line test for a function. The vertical line test can be used to determine whether a graph represents a function. As a rule, an equation defines a function if each vertical line in the rectangular coordinate system passes through at most one point on the graph of the equation. Thus, if any vertical line passes through two or more points on the graph of an equation, then the equation does not define a function. Let us see some examples. This is example 1. Use vertical line test to check whether the graph represents a function. This is the graph. Let us draw a vertical line anywhere on the graph. So we have one vertical line here, and we can see that it touches the graph at one point. The vertical line test says if each vertical line in the rectangular coordinate system passes through at most one point on the graph, it means the graph represents a function. Since this vertical line touches the graph at one point here, we say that this graph represents a function. This is our final answer. Example 2, we have a parabola that opens to the right. Then let us draw a vertical line anywhere on the graph. So we have one vertical line here, and we can see that the line touches the graph in 2 points. And the vertical line test says the vertical line must touch the graph in at most 1 point. So we say that this graph does not define a function. This is our final answer. Example 3 is an ellipse, and we draw one vertical line here that we can see that this line touches the ellipse in 2 points, and because of that we will say that this graph does not define a function. This is our final answer. Let's go now to horizontal line test for a one-to-one function. Once we have determined that a graph defines a function, an easy way to determine if it is a one-to-one function is to use the horizontal line test. This is the rule. An equation defines a one-to-one function if each horizontal line in the rectangular coordinate system passes through at most one point on the graph of the equation. Thus, if any horizontal line passes through two or more points on the graph of an equation, then the equation does not define a one-to-one function. Let us see some examples. Example 1. Use horizontal line test to check whether the graph represents a one-to-one function. This is the graph, an inclined line. So let us draw now a horizontal line anywhere on the graph. So we have this horizontal line here, and we can see that it intersects the given line at one point. The horizontal line test says that each horizontal line in the rectangular coordinate system must pass through at most one point on the graph. And since the horizontal line touches the given line at only one point, we say that this line is a one-to-one function. This is our final answer. Let's have example 2. Again, let us use horizontal line test to check whether this graph represents a one-to-one function. Let us draw a horizontal line anywhere on the graph. So this is the horizontal line, and we can see that it touches the graph in 3 points. But horizontal line test says that any horizontal line must touch the graph in at most one point. But since this horizontal line in particular touches the graph in 3 points, we say that the given graph here is not a one-to-one function. This is our final answer. Let us have example 3, a circle. Let us draw a horizontal line, and we can see that this horizontal line touches the circle in 2 points. And we know already the horizontal line test. So we can say that a circle does not represent a one-to-one function. Also, we can say that the circle is not a function itself, by virtue of the vertical line test that it touches the circle in 2 points. So we say that circle is not a function itself. This is our final answer. I hope you learned something from this video. See you again next time.